Hey guys, so for my March favorites video, a lot of these products are actually my February and my March favorites. So I've been enjoying these products for 2 months now. I'm going to start with my makeup products. I'm going to go into kind of skincare and body care. And then at the very end, I have a special drink to share with you as well. What I have to share with you guys is a lip gloss, and it is a drugstore lip gloss. It's by Revlon, and I'm not totally sure what the line is called. It's the Color Burst lip glosses, I think. They come in these long rectangle tubes, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about these lip glosses. I've seen people like putting them on all the time and just using them in tutorials and mentioning them as like their all-time favorites. And I was like, why have I never tried out these lip glosses before? So I really wanted to get one and wasn't even like caring about the color. I just wanted to try one, and I'm so glad that I did. These glide on like butter. They feel so amazing and so smooth, and I honestly can say I think that this feels like a high quality, like high-end lip gloss. And the color that I have for you guys is a really light sheer color. I think that's barely even going to pick up on camera if it picks up at all. The shade is called Bejeweled. It's just a really nice, really light, like baby lilac pink kind of color. It's a cool toned pink, and I love it because it's just enough luminosity that it kind of lights up the lips. And I like the cool tone, like the bluish tone that it has to it, because it makes my teeth look a little bit whiter, so that's kind of nice. If you're looking for a really light lip gloss to wear just as like a combo over a lipstick, or just something to be able to throw on all the time, this is a really good one. It's very, very sheer and doesn't offer a lot of pigment at all, but the pigment that it does offer, I feel like it just neutralizes my natural lip color a little bit. It gives it more of like a cooler tone to it, and I don't know, that's kind of a weird explanation, but I swear this stuff feels so good, and I'm so happy with this lip gloss. I don't know why I went so long without trying these out, and I don't know how I lived my life so long without having a shade like this in my collection, but it's so pretty. Nail polish that I've been wearing a ton is the China Glaze Rich and Famous. I really like China Glaze polishes, and I'm obsessed with this pink color. I just think it's the perfect like preppy pink shade, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I've for some reason been wearing this color a ton lately. I've just really been liking it. I did a manicure for February for like Valentine's Day nails, and it was using this color, and I just found myself painting this color over and over again. I think I wore it like 5 times in the last 2 months, which is really a lot because I have a ton of nail polishes and I'm always switching out my colors, but I really, really liked this color. So for foundation, this last couple months, I've been wearing the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. And the reason why I first was interested in this foundation is because it's a long-wearing foundation, and I'm all over anything that's supposed to be long-wearing. I absolutely love the Revlon Color Stay, either the dry formula or the whipped formula. Those are both amazing drugstore foundations, and my favorite high-end foundation right now would be the Kat Von D Tattoo Lock-It foundation. And that foundation, people have actually been comparing a lot to this foundation by CoverGirl and saying that this is kind of like the dupe for the Tattoo Lock-It foundation. Now, where I wouldn't say that this foundation is nearly as good as the Tattoo Lock-It foundation by Kat Von D, I do love this. I'm wearing it today, and it's just been my go-to lately because it has a pump, so I love that. And having an inexpensive foundation that you can go to from the drugstore is always super important to me. It's just budget friendly, and it's easy to access, and I don't feel guilty wearing like a drugstore foundation every single day, whereas I kind of like to save my high-end foundations for special occasions. But this foundation has just been doing amazing for my skin. It blends in really quickly. It covers everything really nicely as far as like just coverage goes. Overall, I feel like I can get away without using a concealer with this, and if I do need to go over any areas like that I have any redness or any blemishes, I definitely can, and just like a second coat of this will cover absolutely everything. It does oxidize a little bit, which the Kat Von D foundation does too, actually. It doesn't oxidize too bad to me. I think that I can get away with it. I am in the lightest shade, which is 805, and if it stayed this color and didn't oxidize, it would be my perfect shade. However, it does oxidize a little bit, but I deal with it because I like the foundation, so I just work with it anyway. I find that this lasts me a really long time. It does stay full coverage and stays on my skin and just looks flawless for a long period of time. And I love having full coverage foundations, and I love having long wearing foundations, because when I am wearing makeup, I'm literally wearing makeup from like 8 a.m. until midnight because I am a busy bee. And speaking of foundation, I recently made a new purchase from Sedona Lace, which is a brush website. I'll have the link down below. I've been trying out their stuff lately and been really enjoying it, and this brush is like a long round kabuki. I'm not sure what they called it, but it is the 480, and I've been using it to buff out my foundation, and it makes the buffing out and blending process so much quicker than any other brush that I've ever used. It just blends it out really flawlessly, really quick, and it definitely cuts down my like getting ready time, which is important because I do not like waking up early. I'm not a morning person, and if there's something that's gonna make my mornings go by faster, I am all over that. So I've been really loving this brush, and I'm very excited to see more Sedona Lace products because I think I will have to make a new purchase again soon. I just have been loving this so much. I'm really excited about Sedona Lace because I think I'm gonna like their products, and this brush is amazing. It's dirty though, so that's kind of gross. Sorry. Okay, the blush that I have to share with you guys, I had never heard about before. It's the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, which is number 5. And I recently got Milani in one of my drugstores near me, which was really exciting to me because I love hearing about good drugstore products. And whenever it's a product that I don't have at my store, it just makes me cringe. Like when there are girls that are raving about Milani or whatever drugstore product that my drugstore doesn't carry, I'm just like, why? When I finally saw Milani at one of my drugstores, I decided I needed a new blush, and I saw this color and thought it was absolutely gorgeous. It's just a perfect peachy shade. Like, it's very, very peach. And when you look at it in this container here, it has a lot of shimmer to it, but when you swatch it, I feel like there's not very much shimmer. It just swatches a very pure peachy shade, and it's very luminous. It has a very sheen finish to it, which is gorgeous on the skin. It gives you like a really, really pretty, healthy glow, and that shade will look amazing with the tan. I've been loving it on my skin even though I'm pale as can be. And ever since I purchased this, I've been hearing like other gurus talk about it. Like I've noticed like Carly Bybel mentioned it, and she was like, oh, everyone loves this blush, and I was like, I had never even heard of it before, but whatever, that's beside the point. Basically, it's gorgeous, and any sort of sheen finish to the skin I think is beautiful for the summertime, but I particularly love it because I love anything that's like dewy and glowy on my skin. I do have dry skin, so I like anything that's going to give a luminous finish, and I think that this in particular would look amazing on very mature skin as well because it doesn't necessarily have those chunks of glitter, which aren't going to look on any sort of textured skin because it's just going to kind of highlight those imperfections. So if you want something that's just going to bring out a tan or something that's just going to look really, really luminous and beautiful, I highly recommend this blush. Now for concealer, I debated on buying this concealer for a long time. It is the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter, and I got mine in the shade Fair, and I've just been wearing it below my eyes. And the reason why I debated on it for such a long time is because it has this weird applicator that has like, I don't know what that's called, but has the brush on the end, which I just don't think is hypoallergenic at all. I think it's really gross, and just for sanitary purposes, that really grossed me out. And for a long time, I didn't pick it up. But finally, one day, I was just fed up with every under eye concealer that I've been using. Everything was caking underneath there, and I just really wanted to find a drugstore option. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I took so long to try this out. It's amazing. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a huge highlighter, but it definitely has highlighting qualities to it. It almost has like a luminous like finish to it. Of this is awesome because it's not going to cake up underneath your eyes, and I've actually been liking the type of brush because I can just swoop it down under here in this little triangle and then blend it out, and it gives me a very highlighted effect to my skin when you're contouring that area. I love how this will cover all of my under eye circles and still add like a highlighting effect without being cakey and having to apply too much concealer. So this is amazing. It's so inexpensive. It's from the drugstore. Speaking of under eye circles, this is like my third bottle of this stuff. It's the Garnier Skin Renewal Anti-Puff Eye Roller. I have a lot of products like this that just like work underneath your eyes. I like things that are caffeinated and things that are gonna add like a tingle to the skin. It just has like a little steel roller ball in there, and you just roll this underneath your eye and it kind of stimulates that area. And it's not a concealer, there's no color to it or anything like that. It's just like an under eye treatment, and I put this on in the day either without makeup or below my makeup when I feel like my bags are extra big. But I don't wear makeup every single day, and I love having something like this that I can just put on underneath my eyes and kind of help me feel a little bit more awake. And I think it kind of like anti-puffs it a little bit. It's nothing like major. My mom said that she didn't feel like it did anything for her eyes at all. But for me, someone who doesn't have like major like age lines or anything like that, just getting like a little lift down there is really nice, especially when I didn't get like any sleep. So Soap & Glory's body butters are absolutely amazing, and I've recently fallen in love with the Righteous Butter. It's just like their original like body butter, and this little guy's only $5, and I never really used them on a daily basis before. Whenever I use like body butters and stuff, I would just like put them on my legs, or I would just like use them when I felt like my skin was really dry. But since I picked up this little guy, I've been using it a ton, and a little does go a long way, and it's so moisturizing. My elbows get really, really dry, which is really weird, but I've been putting this on every night before bed, and the smell is so addicting. Like, it's not your regular, like, yummy smell. It's a very, like, clean, I think I just got that on my nails, but it's a very clean smell, but it smells delicious at the same time. I really, really like it, and it's just a very hydrating body butter that's not thick and sticky. A lot of body butters, I feel like sit on your skin for a long period of time, but this one just feels so luxurious, and it's the very dry skin formula, but it doesn't feel like Eucerin or something. It's a very luxurious, silky, delicious feeling. Okay, now Dove has been one of my #1 brands for such a long time, and this is gonna seem like a random beauty favorite as well, but this is my deep moisture nourishing body wash, and I guess this is proven as best care and like #1 dermatologist recommended and everything. It has like all of these great things written on it, but my mom has always used the Dove like body soap bars. Like, she just buys the bars and we've always used them, but for the last little while I've been using the Bath & Body Works shower gels because they smell better, and I love Bath & Body Works. And I noticed that my skin was getting really irritated, just very dry and very flaky, and I do have really dry skin and I do have eczema. My skin's gonna be a little bit different than probably the norm, but when I was in the shower, I'm not exaggerating when I say like I had the soap on my body and I'd be standing underneath the water and my legs were literally like thirsty for moisture. Like, my skin was dry and irritated while I was wet and had soap on. So I was finally just like, oh my gosh, I need to go try Dove again because I can't handle this anymore. And ever since I started using this again, my skin is happy and clean, and it's not exciting. It's just a Dove soap, but it definitely moisturizes my skin really, really well, and it just gets the job done, and the smell is nice and fresh, and I think I'm just gonna have to stick with Dove for the rest of my life, but I'm okay with it because I feel like it treats my skin very gently and it just takes care of me, and that's important. The last product that I have to share with you guys is so exciting. I cannot believe I waited so long to try this out, but this is the Lush Mask of Magnaminty, and I hauled this a while ago and I was pretty excited about it, but now that I've been using it for a while, I am stoked. It is packed full of peppermint and like scrubby stuff, and it just deep cleans your skin, and it's amazing. It smells so good, and it looks like peppermint ice cream, like chocolate peppermint ice cream, but it smells so minty and it feels so cooling on your skin. And my skin lately has been a little bit on the irritated side. I've just been traveling more, and I've just been doing a lot of stuff lately that's kind of freaked my body out a little bit. And definitely using this has improved my skin. On nights that I feel like I'm breaking out a little bit more or my skin has a little bit more redness, I use this, and by the time I wash it off, I just feel like my skin's a little bit more rejuvenated and it's just happier and healthier, and it feels amazing. I can't believe how much I like this. I didn't think that I would like it so much because Lush is kind of like a weird brand to me. Like, I think it's weird to use handmade products. It just seems very like hippie in my eyes. Like, I don't mind using things that aren't like organic. So I wasn't really on this bandwagon for a while, but now that I have tried it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to ever switch to another face mask again, because I've never used a face mask that I felt like was so invigorating and made such a big difference over such a short period of time as this stuff. Okay, and the last product that I have to share with you guys has been an addiction of mine. This is the Silk Iced Latte, and I just purchased this at like my local grocery store. The flavor vanilla, because it just gives it like a creamier, sweeter taste. I just like that better. But this is so good, you guys. I've done like, okay, I've drinking like every form of like iced coffee, and I especially like to get the ones just at the grocery store that I can just keep in my fridge and fill up a tumbler on my way to work, because I don't have time or money to go to Starbucks every single morning. So I'm just fine with this stuff, but this is amazing. I crave this like no other, and it definitely gives me enough of that caffeine boost in the morning to just pep me up and get me going. I've never had like a homemade like iced drink that I liked as much as this one. So if you guys are into iced drinks, or if you like iced coffee at all, I definitely think you should check this one out because it's delicious. Alright guys, well that's it for my favorites video. I hope you all enjoyed your March and you're excited for April. I'm so excited for spring and summer. I want the sun to come shine down on little Utah and give us some warmth. Let me know what you guys are most excited about this spring, and leave a comment down below letting me know if you've tried any of these products and what your opinion of them is, because I love getting feedback from you guys. Also, check out my links down below. I would love if you would follow and subscribe to me, and I will see you guys in a later video. Mwah!